Morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever time of the day you find yourself watching this broadcast. Welcome. My name is Palmonia Gordon. I'm your host, and today I just want to give you some questions that may stir your soul. Palmonia Gordon, I'm your host of this concept Shift, and Shift is an acronym which stands for simply helping individuals to find their true passion, their true purpose, their true talent. And we do it through sharing our stories, our thoughts, our ideas, just by being together, just by sharing our experiences. And someone can say, oh my goodness, I have been there. Oh my goodness, I am at that place right now. And this is just what I needed to get me through. So, with that, have you ever gotten up and said to yourself, why am I here? What is my purpose? What do I need to do? What do I need to get accomplished in this life? That's maybe one question that you may ask. Have you ever put pen to paper and really sat down and thought, what do I do? Why do I do it? Remember, these are questions that, kind of to stir you a little bit. Have you ever asked yourself, what do I really want? So many times, especially if you go to college or university, you will find people who are there that are taking subject, that are studying topics that of a truth and a fact they have no interest in. They have no desire to do it, which is why many people in their 40s, you'll find they take on a new personality. Because by the time they get to that age, now the real desire, the true them, their true self that they try to shut down and lock away for so many years, now decides, okay, this is who you are and I'm ready to come out. What keeps you going? I know for many moms, you go, my kids. But the kids grow up. You may say your spouse. The spouse may go away. We're actually living in a world right now in North America where the divorce ratio is absolutely ridiculous. So you take away the spouse and you take away the kids. What are you living for? What keeps you going? What drives you? What makes you get up out of bed every day and says, oh my goodness, it is a beautiful day. I love it. If you don't have such a thing, I hope that after watching this and some of the questions that will stir you, it becomes your mission to find out, am I here for something particular? Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to meet someone? And yes, the fact that you are still here is proof that you have not yet completed your mission, your assignment, as you will. And a big question that I like to ask is, what is the imprint? What imprint would you like to leave on the earth so they will know Palmonia walked this way, or John walked, or Paul, or Peter, or Christine, whoever, whatever your name is? What is the imprint you would like to leave that they would say, this person walked this way? And those are the magic moments that you create with someone, the memories that you create, the way you touch someone in a conversation that when they leave, your imprint goes with them. They leave and they say, oh my gosh, I am so glad I met her. I'm so glad I had an opportunity to talk to her. Whether or not they leave saying that, you may leave saying, oh my gosh, I am glad because that in itself is a part of your imprint. The way you feel after you've had a connection with someone is a sign of your imprint. Whether, oh my goodness, it felt so good. That moment was so real, so honest, so raw, so down to earth. And I'm glad I had that experience. For those of you who saw a few weeks ago, I was in this race. We have a networking event that we do, and we actually had an entrepreneurial Sunday. So all the business owners, we came out with our kids, we're at the park, and they had a race. Now, I didn't have running shoes, and silly me, because I have a list that's this long of do not that my doctor has given to me where my feet is concerned, because my bones are splitting, my bones are thin. He literally said your bones are equivalent to having had drops of acid on them. That's how, you know, terrible he thinks it is. That's his perception. That's his medical diagnosis. But for anyone who knows me, I'm sure you've heard me say, guess what? I will run my first marathon at 90. When I'm 90 years of age, that's when I plan to run my first marathon. And so, of course, I'm at the park and they're having, it's an all women's race. I'm the videographer because I'm like, okay, now I'll do the video because that's safe and honor. But it's like, all the ladies are gonna run, why not? So of course I went in, and we had kids. I mean, I'm beating kids out of my path. We even had a lady from another event that literally came across and did a T, because she went to the lady at the front. She goes, I wanted to be the first to get to the finish line. And once I finished that race, I could feel my feet starting to hurt. And it's like my big toe is here, and the middle toe was literally sitting on the big toe like this. So I knew something was off. That was the Sunday. The Monday was the holiday. I think I went to the doctor the Monday or the Tuesday. But anyway, got it x-rayed. Yes, I have a fracture. And although it may seem as if it was a crazy thing to do, I got an experience, and I have a memory of one of the young lady that was there. I go, how old are you? She goes, 20. I goes, okay. I got like almost 30 years up on you. So as strange as it may seem, it felt good, because at my age, I was still able to run against somebody who's 20 and more, my junior, because the other kids were like anywhere between 4, 8, 7. My kids are 7 and 8. So that's 40 odd years difference. And we never look at these little moments and realize, that is powerful. That's leaving a mark. My kids can remember, hey, mom, I remember when you ran that race. I remember when you broke your toe. But that was an imprint I made that day. And I think we need to be careful of how we let those around us define what we can and we cannot do. My mom went to the doctor. My mom is, I think, 86. She went to the doctor. Doctor thought she was a bit overweight and she needed to go on a, healthier eating path, and said, okay, Mrs. Bennett, you need to go on a diet, whatever. And she looked at him and she says, you know what, doctor? I'd rather eat and die than don't eat and still die. And I think I kind of have adopted that, mindset, if you will, to live in the moment. And I think that's what she meant. Just to live today to the fullest and not worry about tomorrow in that sense. Yes, we do eat healthier. We do make healthier choices. You do the exercise, but have an imprint. What's the imprint? How would you like to be remembered? When someone dies, if you've ever gone to a cemetery, there's the date when they were born, there's the date when they die, and then there's the dash. That dash represents their entire life. What will your dash say? What will the people around you remember about you? Will it be, oh my gosh, I liked going here, or oh my God, if anyone has seen the Christmas movie with Scrooge, Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future. My mentor, Lisa Nichols, says, we have the pen in our hand, and you can always at any moment choose how you're going to write your story. She says her grandmother always told her, you know what, baby? When you're my age, you're supposed to sit in your rocking chair and tell your story, tell the story of your life. But when you're your age, you're supposed to make your story good to tell. So today on Shift, as we, like the second hand, do tiny moves, what are the tiny things that you are doing in your life that will make your story good to tell? And I want to encourage you to not be ashamed of any of it. Because the more I do shift, the more I find that that is the weapon of choice. Fear and shame is the weapon of choice that's being used to hold a lot of us back. I feel ashamed because I did this. Or I'm afraid if I do this, what will happen? What I know, and I want you to know, is that if you shift and you keep shifting, you are going to change and impact a whole lot of people's life. Because someone will say, I remember when. Or it was the story of. That is why I am here today. I'm your girl, Palmonia. I love you. Thank you for joining us on Shift. Remember, leave your comments on the page. Like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Help somebody else shift. You know someone who may be stuck, who may need this message. Share it with them. Tell them to like, comment, share, subscribe. And remember, let's keep shifting. 60 tiny moves give you 1 minute. So if you keep 60 small moves, that will become your minute. And your minute becomes your hour. And before you know it, hey, you'll be an absolutely changed person. I'm your girl, Palmonia. I love you. Go out and be the best you. Because I am waiting and the world is waiting for you. I love you.